Ladies and gentlemen, we are officially witnessing a public collapse unfold in real time. Papoose, widely respected across hip-hop as the ultimate example of patience and unwavering devotion, has finally verified what everyone feared. Everything is completely finished. The man who stood 10 toes down for Remy Ma through years behind bars, survived intense public embarrassment, and attempted to build fresh peace with Claressa Shields, just confirmed their split. The reason behind it? A single picture. But not just any random upload. A calculated lethal strike right to the heart of their entire dynamic. Claressa didn't simply step out. She stepped up, arm in arm alongside an entirely different man, showing off an engagement rock the size of a fist, dropping a caption that read, "Another year I bring it in with my fiancé." Fiancé. Not a close friend. Not a casual partner. Not my homie. A fiancé. As in a private, behind-the-scenes commitment while smiling for cameras beside a man she claimed she wasn't serious with. So now the culture is asking the exact questions Papoose remains too stunned to speak out loud. Was their whole public connection completely manufactured? Was Papoose simply used as a convenient PR reboot, while Claressa constructed her genuine private life behind closed doors? And if that is the reality, what other secrets is she hiding away? Because this separation was never subtle. It was cold, methodical, and carefully executed. And the timeline exposes everything. Let us break down every single detail right now. You are tuned into Gossip Spill Vibe. Let us take the story back before the internet went into a complete frenzy. For months the culture was talking. Insiders claimed Claressa Shields and Papoose were simply good friends. But look at how she acted around him in those viral clips. The cozy late-night dinners? The backstage footage from her title fights? Come on now, nobody was fooled. The energy between them looked entirely too authentic, too intentional, and far too obvious. When they eventually went public or soft-launched their connection, however you view it, the audience was split down the middle. Plenty of people cheered for Papoose, feeling glad he finally found a soft place to land after the chaos of his previous marriage. Others viewed it with heavy skepticism, labeling it a high-profile rebound wrapped up in social media optics. But no matter what angle you took, one thing was undeniable. Papoose looked emotionally invested, while Claressa looked like she was running a play. Let us be completely honest, Claressa Shields has never run away from controversy. She has been celebrated, criticized, and dragged into more media firestorms than almost any athlete of her era. From sanctioning body beefs to heated online arguments calling out legends, she has always moved strictly on her own terms. That is her right until it crosses the line. Because this situation was not a standard public fight. This was genuine betrayal disguised as clever branding. A calculated setup engineered so smoothly it makes seasoned managers look like beginners. The illusion shattered entirely on New Year's Eve. While regular folks were toasting drinks, counting down midnight, and messaging their exes, Claressa dropped a photo that shook the entire social algorithm to its core. There she was, beaming, glowing, dressed to the nines. Her arm wrapped tight around a man the public had never laid eyes on. Yet what truly set the internet on fire was not his face. It was the caption she attached to it. "Another year I bring it in with my fiancé." Fiancé. Not a buddy. Not a flame. Not a new fling. A fiancé. Meaning a ring already placed, vows being planned, and invitations practically finalized. Just like that, social media went into pure chaos. People flooded the comments trying to connect the dots. Wait, wasn't she just spotted with Papoose? Didn't they attend a high-end gala together back in December? Weren't they seen holding hands right outside a Brooklyn studio? Who on earth is this new partner? When did he enter the frame? Or more importantly, at what point did Papoose get quietly erased? Within hours, Papoose was trending everywhere for all the wrong reasons. The hashtags were ruthless. Hashtag side piece Papoose. Hashtag Claressa played him. Hashtag another year another lie. While Claressa chose radio silence, posting generic vacation videos and brushing off the storm like a media-trained pro, Papoose made one quiet, definitive move. He hit the unfollow button. He scrubbed every shared image from his page. Then, he dropped a single pointed line on his Instagram story. Peace means knowing when to walk away. No names dropped. No messy drama. But the underlying message? Unmistakable. It was completely over. Blogs immediately went into high gear. Every outlet scrambled to assemble the pieces. Who is this mystery man? When was the secret proposal? And why was Papoose, a respected artist, dedicated father and cultural pillar, treated like a disposable promotional prop? It did not take long for insiders to spill the truth. Sources close to the rapper revealed he learned about the engagement the exact same way the public did. Scrolling through Instagram. Let that reality sink in for a second. A man who stood beside his past partner through severe public embarrassment, who offered steady support when the world laughed, and who brought peace into chaotic situations, was completely blindsided by a social media post. No warning signs. No heads-up call. No private conversation. Just a polished photo with a caption confirming he never really mattered. Worse still, this wasn't an impulsive romance, she revealed. This was a man she had reportedly been secretly engaged to for several months. Quietly. Secretly. Strategically. That is when internal leaks began spilling out. An anonymous source connected to athletic marketing teams claimed Claressa's brand was going through an aggressive corporate overhaul. The objective? Make her image softer, more relatable, and more palatable for major commercial sponsors. The proposed fix? Align her public profile with an established, respected, and steady male figure. Enter Papoose. Insiders allege that Claressa's management suggested linking up with an admired public figure to soften her image and steer attention away from backstage contractual disputes. Papoose, known for his quiet dignity, loyalty, and spotless reputation, fit the profile perfectly. Think about that for a second. This was never about love. It wasn't about connection or mutual healing. It was pure business strategy. He served as the distraction, the decoy, and the emotional shield protecting her public image while she secured corporate positioning. The plan worked smoothly, until she moved too fast. Insiders state that sharing the fiancé image was never part of the coordinated rollout. It was an impulsive flex, an unscripted power move. Regardless of the motive, it blew the entire operation wide open. Now, public perception is spinning completely out of control. Some voices still defend Claressa, arguing she never placed an official relationship label on Papoose, and that the internet simply jumped to conclusions. But nobody is buying that spin. We all saw the way she looked at him. We all saw the way he showed up for her. And now everyone sees the reality. This was never a casual misunderstanding. It was a masterclass in emotional manipulation. Now even messier evidence is surfacing across blogs. Screenshots, alleged text threads, and voice notes. One alleged message from an insider reads, "Pap is cool, but everyone knew it was temporary. She needed a clean guy by her side for the media push." Another leaked note stated, "He was never told the full playbook. Everyone just assumed he wouldn't ask questions." Now, Papoose is certainly evaluating the entire situation. He might be keeping his thoughts private for now, but do not be fooled. Papoose is not the type of man to accept blatant disrespect without moving strategically. He is planning his next steps, and if history is any indication, it will be decisive. That is where the deeper conflict begins. Beneath the personal breakup lies something legal, contractual, and extremely messy. Legal whispers indicate there may have been formal non-disclosure terms involved, clauses designed to keep the exact nature of their arrangement quiet in exchange for brand elevation, access, and mutual visibility. If Claressa breached those terms by abruptly exposing her hidden private engagement, this situation moves beyond a standard split. It becomes the foundation for a legal battle. Frequently starts with paperwork. Insiders maintain this entire connection was structured from the beginning. Beneath Papoose's calm demeanor was an artist who may have entered an arrangement far more transactional than he realized. According to a source tied to PR circles, Papoose was approached with what was pitched as a mutually beneficial media partnership, a calculated arrangement designed to boost public visibility for both sides. Here is the harsh reality. While Claressa gained mainstream credibility, softer press coverage, and access to a broader demographic, what did Papoose receive in return? A few photo opportunities? Brief visibility? What about honesty, respect, and emotional authenticity? None of that existed in the agreement. The alleged understanding included coordinated social media appearances, aligned talking points, and non-disclosure language restricting either side from publicly detailing relationship boundaries outside approved PR guidelines. Essentially, if audiences saw them together and assumed romance, that was the public's assumption. They never put an official stamp on it, yet they intentionally let the narrative run. That is why people are furious. Claressa may not have technically violated formal relationship rules on paper, but she misled the entire culture, leveraging public romance for clout without taking responsibility for the fallout. It felt cold, calculated, and orchestrated for maximum visibility, which brings us directly to the fiancé in that viral photo. He is not a newcomer in her world, not by a long shot. Multiple sources have confirmed that the fiancé has been part of Claressa's life behind the scenes for over 2 years. One insider even claims their engagement took place last summer, well before Papoose was ever linked to her name on blogs. So why keep her real partner hidden away? Why parade Papoose on red carpets instead? The reality comes down to corporate marketing dollars. Claressa was reportedly finalizing a multi-million-dollar apparel collaboration with an international athletic brand, a fitness and combat sports line focused on female empowerment. However, her public image was facing heavy pushback following heated viral rants, backstage altercations, and abrasive post-fight press moments. She required balance, stability, and emotional softness. She needed the cultural credibility of Papoose. Representatives reportedly pushed the concept of pairing her with a man celebrated for his maturity, patience, and unwavering respect, a figure who survived massive public hardship while keeping his head high. He provided the grounding her brand desperately needed. The play worked. Major corporate brands reached out. Deals moved forward. She was suddenly positioned not just as an aggressive fighter, but as an evolved, grounded athlete with depth. Papoose served as the reliable backdrop throughout it all. He was the partner who never demanded the center stage. He smiled at formal events, let her take the spotlight, defended her legacy during interviews, and amplified her accomplishments without ever making it about his own ego. He represented the exact partner people claim to value, until personal convenience takes over. Now he has stepped completely out of the picture, and the internet is still processing the fallout. Following the initial post, Papoose stayed off the radar. Yet sources close to his team say he is keeping track of every report, statement, and timeline inconsistency. He is building his position carefully, not simply for a courtroom but for his own legacy. When Papoose decides to address this publicly, he will not do it through messy blog arguments or chaotic tweets. It will be calculated, artistic, and deeply impactful. Meanwhile, Claressa's representatives are scrambling behind the scenes. A former assistant reportedly leaked message logs allegedly exchanged between Claressa and her fiancé while she was still appearing publicly with Papoose. The most damaging message allegedly reads, "Don't worry about him. He is just for right now. You are forever." If verified, that message confirms intentional manipulation from the start. It indicates everything was calculated, coordinated, and executed with full awareness. Now the PR recovery efforts are falling apart. The athletic brand preparing to announce her as the global ambassador for their upcoming women's campaign has reportedly pulled back. The planned rollout has been shelved, with internal communications pointing to extreme negative publicity and conflicting optics as the reason for stepping away. The public backlash has shifted beyond standard celebrity gossip. It is now about credibility, corporate reliability, and genuine character. People rarely overlook manipulation, especially when it is executed under the guise of an authentic relationship. Yet Claressa appears completely unbothered online. Her recent posts highlight tropical vacations, wine by the ocean, and unbothered captions telling critics to keep talking. Comes off as confident, but the wider community is not moving on so easily. Creators are breaking down the timeline step by step, social commentary channels are analyzing every interview, and video reenactments are generating millions of views. Longtime fans of Papoose are rallying around him firmly. They are not merely observing a broken connection. They are watching a respected veteran get treated like a background accessory in a corporate branding stunt. As one widely shared comment put it, "This man gave his loyalty to 2 different women and got burned both times. He deserves genuine peace." That peace seems to be his exact focus right now. Behind the noise, Papoose remains focused, composed, and clear-headed. He understands that temporary gossip fades, but personal integrity lasts forever. While Claressa focuses on showcasing her private engagement, Papoose is reportedly putting energy into his creative work. No chaotic drama, just his side of the story. Because another major layer to this controversy is already developing behind the scenes. And once it surfaces, it could completely shift how everyone views this situation. The quiet period did not last long. Just as Claressa's camp attempted to brush past the drama and focus on her engagement, a fresh insider leak surfaced that could dismantle her narrative entirely. Production sources from a sports documentary series state that during backstage filming late last year, cameras captured unscripted interactions between Claressa and her private partner while she was actively appearing alongside Papoose. According to those familiar with the raw files, Claressa was caught laughing backstage, allegedly remarking, "As long as Pap keeps playing his part, everything works." Her partner reportedly responded with a grin. "He really thinks this is real, right?" Multiple production insiders have confirmed the footage exists, and executives are currently debating whether it belongs in the final documentary edit. If that footage airs, the public persona Claressa spent years building could face permanent damage. This situation would no longer be viewed as a simple miscommunication. It would stand documented as calculated public deception captured on high-definition video. Her representatives are holding emergency strategy sessions, drafting legal notices, and preparing statements, but public opinion has already formed. Former defenders are walking back their support, sponsored partnerships are being reconsidered, and brand pages have quietly removed her promotional material. Throughout the entire storm, Papoose has not lost his composure once. No frantic rants, no messy live streams, just quiet, calculated moves behind the scenes. Reports suggest he has consulted legal counsel regarding potential breaches of their promotional agreements, specifically addressing damages to his public image and unauthorized narrative exploitation. As one entertainment attorney noted, if documented proof exists showing an individual was engaged for an image alignment and then subjected to reputational damage in violation of agreed boundaries, grounds for legal action certainly exist. In entertainment, reputation is everything. Beyond legal battles and financial restitution, the public is demanding simple accountability. Papoose was utilized as a cultural shield, a symbol of patience, maturity, and steady support, only to be discarded the moment an engagement announcement suited the agenda. Audiences are rejecting the curated narrative. Her comments remain filled with criticism, with viewers demanding accountability for treating real people like disposable PR assets. Media access is reportedly cooling off in major markets, with broadcast appearances delayed or canceled as producers avoid the controversy. While Claressa deals with the fallout, Papoose's reputation is only growing stronger through his restraint. Peers across hip-hop are giving him his flowers, commending his refusal to engage in petty internet back-and-forths. Insiders report he is channeling everything into an upcoming project tentatively titled The Cost of Loyalty. When that body of work arrives, the culture will finally hear his complete perspective without publicists, filters, or non-disclosure restrictions. This situation was never merely a regular breakup. It was a cautionary tale about narrative engineering, public trust, and what happens when authentic character is used as a temporary marketing tool. The cameras are rolling. The culture is paying close attention, and reality always catches up eventually. Now that the narrative has fallen apart and the real timeline is exposed, the essential questions remain. Was any single moment between them genuine? Did Claressa Shields leverage public perception for brand security, while quietly securing her real relationship behind closed doors? Did she treat Papoose, a man recognized for integrity and composure, as a temporary promotional pawn? And how many other public relationships are constructed on this exact same framework? This was not a simple parting of ways. It was an orchestrated illusion that fell apart over a single Instagram caption. Now the floor is yours. We want to hear directly from the core audience who still value authenticity and loyalty. Do you believe Papoose should break his silence and expose the full story? Should he initiate legal action, drop a project, or simply maintain his quiet dignity? Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Straight facts only. If you respect Papoose's composure throughout this entire mess, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for in-depth breakdowns, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. This story is far from over. This is only the beginning. Stay locked in because the next major update is right around the corner. Only on Daily Spills. We will see you in the comments section.